Hey Obidiah, how are you doing?
I'm bored.
Bored?
Yes, bored. I'm stuck indoors, I'm not allowed to go out, and I've got nothing to do.
Well, why don't you go outside and stick your head in the sandpit?
I did that yesterday.
Well, what about playing football?
I kicked the ball over the fence. Ostriches have a very powerful kick, you know.
Do they?
Yes, they do.
Well, why don't I tell you a story?
A story?
Yeah, a story. About some other people who couldn't go out.
Oh, were they stuck in their house too?
Well, not exactly a house.
God told you to build a what?
An ark. It's a sort of,
Well, what exactly is an ark?
well, it's a kind of large wooden, it's, it's a boat.
A boat? A boat? We're miles from the sea.
You see, it's going to rain. A lot.
Rain? It never rains round here.
And God says we need to make room on the ark for two of every kind of animal. So that after the flood...
Flood?
Yes, from the rain, there's going to be a flood, and it's going to wash away all the animals and all the people unless we make room for them on the ark. So we need to take two of every kind of animal so that there'll be animals after the flood.
So Noah built his ark. A great big boat with room for him, his wife, their 3 sons, Shem, Ham and Japheth, and 2 of every kind of animal. 2 horses, 2 lions, 2 bears.
And 2 ostriches.
Yep, yes, I suppose so.
Yes, there were 2 ostriches. That was my great 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 granddad Omar, and my great 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 grandma Ophelia. My mum used to tell me about them when I was just an egg.
Well, I never.
And they weren't just ostriches. There were otters and ocelots and opossums and...
Yep, yes, there were all sorts of animals, and they were all safe in Noah's ark, while the water covered the whole world, so that even the hills and the mountains were underwater.
And what did they do on the ark?
Well, I wonder.
Can't you find something to do, boys? Can't you find a piece of parchment and play hangman or battle axe? That's what we did when I was a boy.
Dad,
Yes, Shem.
I'm 98.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Gosh, doesn't time fly? Well, can't you and your brothers find something to do?
What have you been finding to do? Well, after this story, I'm going to show you a craft, or well, we are, so don't go away. Hey, baby bro. What are you up to?
Oh, well, I found these little creatures in the tank with the frogs, and I'm pinging them with my finger, see how far they'll go.
Right.
No, really, it's a great game. You can pass hours doing it and hardly notice that the time has gone. I call it Newt Flicks.
Can't see it catching on myself. Now the Bible tells us that they were all on the ark for nearly a whole year. Oi, Ham.
Yes, Shem?
How long do you reckon we've been on this ark now?
About a year?
Sounds about right. And do you know, how much poo a pair of African elephants produce in a year?
No, Shem, I don't.
Well, do you want to know? Do you want to know how much poo a pair of African elephants can produce in a year?
Not really, Shem, no.
Then Ham, then don't open that door. So when the flood waters started to go down and the land began to appear again, I'm sure they were really relieved. But actually, I think they might have been a bit worried too, don't you? Oi, Ham, I'm a bit worried.
Why is that, Shem?
Well, what's it going to be like after the flood?
Soggy?
Yeah, well, lots of things will be, as you say, soggy. But, well, that's not what's worrying me.
What's worrying you, Shem?
Well, everything's going to be different, isn't it? Lots of people have died, lots of animals have died. Lots of things we've just taken for granted have just washed away. Nothing will be the same, will it? Some of us are probably feeling a bit like that now. I think I am. You know, when we're able to go back to school and back to work and back to visit our friends again, will it be like before? Or will everything be different? When things are so uncertain, it's natural to feel a bit scared.
You know what I think, Shem?
What?
I think it's going to be all right. Do you know why I think it's going to be all right?
Why, Ham?
Well, it's going to be all right for me, because you're going to be there. And it's going to be all right for you, because I'm going to be there. And Mum and Dad are going to be there, and Japheth and Japheth's missus, and your missus, and my missus.
And the elephants?
And the elephants.
And the aardvarks, and the llamas, and the chickens, and the badgers, and the mice, and...
Yes, all the animals. So it won't be the same, but it'll be all right. It might even be better if we work hard at making it better. You up for it?
Yeah. Let's make it even better. So you see, Obidiah, you're not the first person who's had to stay in their house for quite a long time.
No, I'm not.
No. And we have quite a lot more to do than we would if we were stuck on an ark.
We do, you're right.
So, do you think you're feeling any less bored?
Yes. I'm feeling a lot better, thank you. That was a great story.
I know. It's a good story, that one. Now it's time to make our craft. Now, Obidiah doesn't like crafts, so he's just disappeared for this one. Right, first you're going to need a paper plate or a circle of card, or I found a bowl in my cupboard, so we're going to use that. I'm going to cut it in half. Now, when you finish cutting your plate in half, you're going to end up with two pieces. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick them together. Now for this you can use sellotape or you can use glue. I'm using sellotape just because it's quicker. Just going to stick the last bit on here. Now we want this to look like a boat. So I've got some felt tips here and I'm going to find my brown one and I'm going to draw stripes across it to look like wooden planks. And there it is, one base of a boat. Now what we're going to do is put things that we feel as special inside our boat, because during our story that I told Obidiah, Noah was told to put two of each animal in and his families to keep them safe. And that's what we've been doing, isn't it, at the moment? We've been staying in with our families to keep them safe. What other things would you like to keep safe? Well, I've chosen a few things. I've got my family. And there you can see one has got pink hair, so that's me. Pop that into my ark. Now I really love sweets, like really love sweets. So I've drawn some sweets and they're going to go into my ark. I love listening to music, so I've drawn some music notes and they're going to go into my ark. And my faith. My faith in God and Jesus makes me really happy, so they're going to go into my ark. Now it's time for our memory verse. And here with families at EMC, we'd like to offer the chance for you to get involved. And what we'd like you to do is to get your parents or a grown-up to send us an email with a photo on or a small video saying your memory verse. Or you could show me your ark with your memory verse in and some of the things you've put inside. That would also be great. The memory verse this week is taken from Genesis 9 and it's taken from verses 14 and 15. And it says, "When I cover the sky with clouds and a rainbow appears, I will remember my promise to you." Now the reason we've chosen that verse is because at the very end of the Noah story, God promises never again to flood the whole earth. And he does this by saying, we'll have a different kind of relationship. I won't do that. And I will remind you of that. And I will remind me that I've promised to do that by showing a rainbow in the sky. Now, I don't know about you, but I've had enough of sitting down. And I'm kind of a bit worried as to what Obidiah's getting up to. Because you can't trust him on his own, especially if he's quiet. So let's all jump up and enjoy our worship song together, which is a song by Awesome Cutlery called God Made Everything.
There's an ant, plant, handspan, ham, spam, jam, tram, man, boy, girl, cheese, flan. There's a car, spa, tar, bar, aardvark, hardbark, shark, dog, park, walk, lark. God made everything you see. He made you and he made me. There's an ink, link, pink drink, zinc, blink, sync, rink. God made everything. There's a prawn, lawn, dawn, horn, pick, tick, picnic, zoo, lulu, tutu. There's a hot spot, not pot, top, cot, dot, yacht, bees, knees, flea, ski, sneeze. God made everything you see. He made you and he made me. There's a crane, brain, mainframe, plain grain, plain rain. God made everything. Oh, God made everything you see. He made you and he made me. When you look everywhere, everywhere stare. God made everything. There's an ant, plant, handspan, ham, spam, jam, tram, man, boy, girl, cheese, flan. There's a car, spa, tar, bar, aardvark, hardbark, shark, dog, park, walk, lark. God made everything you see. He made you and he made me. There's an ink, link, pink drink, zinc, blink, sync, rink. God made everything. There's a prawn, lawn, dawn, horn, pick, tick, picnic, zoo, lulu, tutu. There's a hot spot, not pot, top, cot, dot, yacht, bee, sneeze, flea, ski, sneeze. God made everything you see. He made you and he made me. There's a crane, brain, mainframe, plain grain, plain rain. God made everything. Oh, God made everything you see. He made you and he made me. When you look everywhere, everywhere say God made everything. God made everything. God made everything.
Hey Obidiah,
Oh,
what have you been up to then?
well, I was trying to keep up with the words of that song, but it was very difficult.
Yeah, I'm not even sure I managed it.
Oh,
I know. Anyway, should we say a prayer before we say goodbye?
oh yes.
That'd be a great thing to do. Let's all just pray to God. Lord God, we thank you that we could be together this morning as a family, and that even though things are going to be different in the coming weeks and months, that we can still have those things that are special to us, including you, Lord, because you never ever leave us. Amen.
Amen. Bye.
Bye.